Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. We have a new stage in the Cell Max event. Now I've heard it's not as difficult as stage 1 and you can bring 4 items, so I'm not expecting too much from this. So in one video, we are going to be attempting to not only beat it for the first time, but also complete the missions in one video as well, if the video isn't too long. And we have one mission for using one of each super type. We have another one for one of each extreme type, and then another one for beating it within 6 turns. All goes well, if all goes smooth, I will be doing all of these in one singular video. If it gets a little bit too long, then we'll cut it short and split it. But the only thing I need from you guys is to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and then
let's do this.
So I am actually doing the run a few days after I recorded the intro. So spoilers, I do actually know a bit about this new stage. Not entirely, like I don't know how actually difficult stage 2 is. I don't know what kind of numbers he's doing, what kind of defense he has, how much damage reduction, etc. But I do know his kind of main gimmicks, which is what's making this 6-turn mission quite difficult to do. And I know that bringing Tech LRUI Goku is a massive help to doing this mission. And also another reason why you can bring 4 items for this stage as well, which does kind of decrease the difficulty a lot. So the first thing I know is Cell Max can only be debuffed after turn 4. However, Cell Max will keep getting stronger and stronger the longer you're in the fight, which is probably why you can bring 4 items with you to not only help you survive by using damage reduction items and healing items, but also so you can use items like this where you can buff and debuff him and yourself. So that's why I'm guessing you can bring 4 items, which again really takes away the difficulty. I know that he takes a lot of damage to knock down his health bar, so he probably does actually have a ton of damage reduction or defense, or just a fat health bar, chunky health bar, which is another reason why you want to bring these items. I know the Tech LRUI Goku's a big help with this, which is why I've brought him, but I've also was going to bring him anyway. And a counter to this, or something that can really help you do this 6-turn mission, is you get him in turn 1. I did actually reset our run quite a lot of times, like 4, 5, maybe even 6 times, to make sure he was on turn 1. And that is because, of course, after turn 4, from what I've gathered, turn 5 and turn 6 are kind of your balls to the wall turns where you're really going to see if you can get this mission done. Because at least that way, by the time we get to turn 5 and turn 6, look at that 31 more attacks, that Jesus Christ. Hopefully they additional super as much as they possibly can and crit along the way as well. Great start, great start. But we'll have LRUI Goku's domain active on those 2 prime turns where you're going to be doing as much damage as possible, doing what you need to do to get this mission done. We're going to have his domain active for turn 5 and turn 6, which is why you want him on the first rotation. Ideally, you'd probably want UI Goku with either SSBE or Tech LRUI, but it's not the be-all and end-all. But I am going to leave AGL UI on this rotation. And I did also hear that a lot of people were getting quite unfortunate when it came to the attack patterns in slot 1. So because you're bringing Beast, just because Beast is so good, you need him to obviously be hit before he super attacks so he can pull out the big numbers. Even before all of those items that buff us are active, for him to do as much damage as possible, you want him to be hit as much as possible before he super attacks. But I was seeing quite a lot on Twitter, or X, that I still don't want to call it that, by the way, it's still Twitter, that a lot of people were getting quite unlucky and there weren't too many attacks in slot 1. So you weren't really getting to do all that much damage with Beast, and he was mainly here for his active skill. I think I saw a lot of people going for that kind of strat. So I've decided to bring him regardless and just take the chance. And again, his active skill is there if we need to use it. But for the most part, I think it's Tech LRUI Goku's a go-to for this, and both your 6 Easy A's, because of the amount of damage they can do, and mainly because of Tech LRUI Goku's domain, where all the superclass units are getting buffed, especially because there is a superclass mission, which we're literally doing right now, and hopefully we get the 6-turn mission done along the way. And then, of course, the majority of the team, aside from Beast, all belong to the Realm of Gods category, which means they're getting that extra 15% attack as well. I did also hear a few people say that you need to get the Year 6 Easy Age Revival off so they can perform as good as possible, and I can see why you would do that. But I think if you do have Tech LR UI Goku, I don't think you need to have their revivals. I think if you have all the top units to go on this team, especially if you have dupes as well, and you are using items, again, I think you can do this without items. I think I've seen people do this without items. You just have to get very lucky. You have to have all the RNG line up for you. I don't think items are an absolute necessity for this, but pretty much for me, whatever gets the job done. Whatever gets the job done, I'm gonna do it to get the mission done. I'm gonna float off SSB just because there are a lot of attacks in slot 1 for Beast to not only tank. I'm actually glad I did that now. We could have tried our luck with Tech LR UI Goku's dodge, but still, at least it will actually get to do some damage from the amount of attacks he's taken here. But then we'll get SSB on rotation by the time the domain's active as well, and when we pop our next item. That's another reason why I brought the Bulma healing item, just to make sure that we can get both Year 6's active skills off. I also just don't want to be doing 20 million runs to hope for the best to get this 6-turn mission done. Like, I don't want to do that. I've already had that pain and suffering when it came to, was it Thrilling Battle for the Saiyan Saga missions for both stage 1 and 2. And I still haven't managed to do them. Like, I tried to do all the cheese strats and just nothing happened for me. Like, it just didn't click. And I've done so many attempts on stage 2. I'm talking like 20 plus. And I can't be bothered to do that again, okay? I can't be bothered. So if you want to no item this, by all means, you go for it. You no item it. But items are there to be used. We can use 4 of them, which, as again, you don't really get to do. But I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. And so far, it looks like we're making good progress. Because Cell Max is already dead and we're on turn 3. So, the fact you can bring 4 items to do this, and you can basically buff the shit out of everyone, I can see why this is a lot easier than stage 1. And that's not even taking into consideration the mission as well. Obviously, it helps a lot with the mission. Definitely do it if you're struggling. But I can see why this isn't on the same playing field as that. So let's pop you would actually make a nut. Do we need I don't even think I need to wait that long. I should have actually used Blue Boy's active skill first, but I don't think it actually matters because Cell Max is almost dead and I don't even have UI Goku's domain active yet. So by all means, guys, if you are struggling, just bite the bullet. Just bite the bullet and use items and buff the absolute living shit out of everyone. Especially if you don't have Tech LR UI. Again, I've heard a lot of people say they've struggled a bit without him because the domain's a big help, and I can obviously see why. Especially with the type of units you can bring and the type of units that are being buffed by the domain, especially combined with the items as well. But we haven't even got there yet. I haven't even used Tech LR UI's domain. So if you are struggling to do the 6-turn mission, just buff the shit out of everyone with every item you can conceivably use. Because we've done it without using the domain and we've done it well before turn 6. So yeah, do that. If you don't want to use no items, then Tech LR UI is going to be a massive help. But there we go. Superclass mission and 6-turn mission done by buffing the shit out of everyone.
A few moments later.
I won't lie to you, right now this mission is an absolute struggle. I've attempted this about 6 times and died every single time. This one of each extreme type mission is tough. I really also don't recommend, from what's happening to me now, you combining this with a 6-turn mission. It would generally probably be hell to do. We have got traditional healing and damage reduction items. And because extreme strength is such an a-doo-doo spot, I've gone with cooler. Because at least he gets the stack defense, so I guess that's something. Yeah, I can't lie. Dokkan, we really need a good extreme strength unit because there literally isn't really any. I mean, and I guess if we're kind of going for the kill shot at one point, I could transform him. And then, yeah. But then why would I do that? Because I miss out on stacking up defense. But yeah, I mean, Extreme Strength is such a poor choice. It's either him or it's Easy A Super Boo, and Easy A Super Boo has also got me killed. I mean, I haven't even got him transformed into Buhon using him yet, which of course you want to do. And that's primarily what your items are going to be there for. Maintaining your HP and keeping Super Boo out of trouble to make sure you can keep your HP and also stop him from dying. So you can transform him into Buhon. But I've decided to switch up the team. I mean, I was primarily using the Boo units, you know, Exchange Boo, Easy A, LR, Buhon. I've decided to switch it up and try this team and use Zamasu and AGL Zamasu. I've mainly switched up to do this just so I can use AGL Zamasu because at least he has type advantage. At least he continuously stacks. So there's a damage dealer in there. One good thing about... Oh, we can get them guaranteed dodge. I think I need to use a Whis though for AGL Zamasu potentially. That's mainly why I've used this team, is for AGL Zamasu for that sole purpose, which is, as I said, the type advantage, stacking, and then at least 95% of extreme units in the game naturally debuff on SA effect. So once we hit turn 4, pretty much everyone on the team is going to be debuffing Cell Max. So at least that's where the damage can come in. But I'll be real with you, I haven't even made it to turn 3, let alone turn 4 yet, I don't think. Again, this is like my 7th or 8th attempt. Like, I'm not joking. I'm actually struggling to do this mission right now. So at least we also have the Whis active going into next turn, which is good as well. Kind of keeps us out of the way. One good thing is having dual Brolys, type advantage, 9 million super attacks in one turn. And at least by having one in slot 3 floating all the time, that's another 12 million super attacks we can do. Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to think, would it have been worth maybe bringing some debuffing items with us? Like, would it have been worth doing that? I mean, maybe. I feel like with the extreme type units, it's probably better off just mainly bringing healing and damage reduction items to make sure you actually survive to just get to turn 4. I said I haven't actually got to turn 4 yet, so I'm guessing when you get to turn 4 and you can actually debuff this piece of shit, I'm guessing that's where these units can really just start doing their thing. Because I said 95% of extreme type units in the game literally debuff on all their SA effects. And one good thing as well, bringing Fat Boo does mean we've got another stacker on the team, even though he's not really doing damage. But at least also if he dies, there's a revival in there. Guaranteed guard, guaranteed additional. But then more importantly, his active skill if we need it, which is essentially just another item. A free item on top of the 4 we got to bring, which is another Ghost Usher. So at least there's that. At least there is that, but he is doing absolutely 0 damage to Cell Max. I mean, not 0, he's doing 120 and 131, but that's basically nothing. Hopefully my Broly can go absolutely wild in slot 3 right now. And hopefully there's crits attached to a lot of these super attacks as well. And next time we can actually start debuffing, which is good. We can start debuffing next turn, so I'm hoping I get to see his health bar just start to fall. So at least there's something. And also, at least both Tech LR Zamasu and Easy AGL Zamasu was on the same rotation to begin with. At least that was something. Cool. This is why I decided to bring you two. Purely for this. And then we even have his active skill as well for when we just really want to do some extra damage and go for it. There is one attack in slot 3, and I don't know if we're okay. So do I go for an Usher or do I go for a Whis? I'm not sure. I might use a Snake just so I have some damage reduction, even though I don't need the healing. Or do I use an Usher? What's next turn looking like? Next turn is Fat Boo, Broly, and Broly. Sounds weird because I'm saying it in a row, so I'm going to split it up. Broly, Fat Boo, and then Broly, Chilai, and Lemo. I'm going to risk it and use the Whis. I'm going to use the Whis. And I'm literally purely using the Whis just to make sure Cooler's alright. I mean, at least he buffs Transformation Boost, right? That's something, I guess. But at least Cooler also gets the debuff. So he is actually kind of playing his part. To an extent, he's playing his part. So with Cell Max constantly getting stronger throughout this, at least we're also debuffing him a lot. I don't know how much he buffers himself by. but at least we get to debuff him a ton with a lot of these extreme units, both attack and defense, depending on what, of course, the unit has. That additional is huge. Can we get a second? No, but we did crit him at least. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. The super attack's out the way. I think the Whis with Cooler should be enough. I feel like we're going to take a ton of damage regardless, but it should be enough. I mean, we literally have near and I full HP. And him super attacking gives him some extra defense. And again, at least he's debuffing, right? Both attack and defense. And an additional. So that's another bit of attack and defense Selmax is losing. But how much damage are we going to take? Or we could triple him. That's another debuff. Do you know what? Cooler, you're really showing your worth right now. You're really proving why you should be here. Okay, he actually took no damage. Okay, that was actually a very good turn. Very good turn. This has to get popped. This is a must. Absolute must. Now, we do have a Whis active, so I think Boo should be fine. Do I do this? Do I do this just to kind of make sure that we're okay no matter what? Or do I keep the rotation going and have it like this? Or maybe this? I'm not sure what I want to do. Because these three do have type disadvantage, but they only debuff on 12 key. But there's an additional in there. There is an additional in there. And then he doesn't debuff either. He does stack. If I rotate him off, he doesn't stack as much. I think I'm going to do this. Also, where are the orbs sitting for us? 5 there. Also, if I do this. Still 5. Yeah, still 5. I mean, we can get some support by picking up the int keys fizz. And again, there is a Whis still active. And also now Broly's domain. While Boo isn't going to be doing any damage, again, at least we can get him stacked up. And by keeping him on rotation, at least I can also have more of a chance of his revival popping for us. Alright. How much damage are you going to do with your domain active? We only have it for 4 turns. The thing that is a little bit risky is, of course, once Broly's domain is gone, sure, now my Broly's domain can pop after that. But then we also have to rock with a Broly after his domain, which doesn't really happen too much. Which is why I'm thinking as well, maybe the kind of attack and defense buffing items we could have brought with us, or maybe even Nurse Chi-Chi's might have been a shout. But I can tell Broly's going to be massive. For the one of each extreme type mission, Broly's going to be a massive help just because he super attacks so many times. He has his domain. He can crit on those super attacks as well. I think Broly's a massive help to this mission. Super attacks out the way, which is good. Again, we have a Whis active, so this really shouldn't do anything. Yep, cool. No one's really debuffing here. See, again, this is where keeping Broly, Chila, and Lemma on the rotation might have been handy because they're probably going to get an additional super right now. Exactly. If I left them in slot 1, kept them on rotation, then everyone else would have done some extra damage. I mean, primarily the main one, LRSSJ Broly, would have done some extra damage, which would have been handy because they would have debuffed on their 12 key. I don't know. I'm thinking about the bigger picture. We're definitely not going to pop the active. Do I need to use an item here? I don't think I do. At least I hope I don't. Because that's AGL Zamasu who's going to have over 500k defense. We're also going to debuff him along the way as well. And also a ton of damage reduction. And then Broly's also got, again, and there's also the domain active, which actually does also help sell max. And then Broly's can super attack about 5-6 times while also having type advantage. I feel like not using an item was a good idea because we do still need to protect Easy A Cooler. Again, at least we're debuffing along the way as well, but an additional would have been massive just then, and we just didn't get one. What are we looking at? 92. All right, yeah, we're good. Not using an item was definitely the okay choice. Now I just need you to super attack as much as possible. Let me put my phone on charge before the low power warning pops up. You only have 20% left on your mobile device. Not anymore. Come on, Broly. Pop off. Pop off. That's definitely what he's doing. I mean, he hasn't critted as much as I would like, but he's getting all the additional supers. All the additionals are being supers. This is exactly what I wanted. He's gunning right now. Go on, Broly. I mean, we still have a ton of HP of Cell Maxes to get rid of. But Broly done his thing. Broly done his thing. I like that. Broly definitely done his thing. Right. We can actually use... See, do I use his active or... No, okay. No, we're definitely using the active. We're using Fat Boo's active. I was going to say maybe I should just let Fat Boo die. No. The reason why we're not letting Fat Boo just die is because it will waste one of the friend Broly's turns while being transformed him in the domain. So while we can also protect Cooler and completely usher the turn, and also give Fat Boo some free stacks as well, kind of forgot about that, we would literally skip to next turn, which means Broly would have literally been wasted this turn, and I'm not doing that while the domain's active. So we still have the revival in the back pocket if we need it. We still actually have quite a few items active as well. And again, the main thing being we kept Cooler safe. So he also gets some free stacks up as well. I need as many additionals to come from pretty much every unit, but primarily Broly. And I need him to crit on a lot of his super attacks as well, because he's the main damage dealer right now. I mean, so is AGL Zamasu, but he hasn't really been additionaling for us. And then also, he doesn't super as much as Broly does. But don't worry, guys. I'm going to raise morale right now, like we're in absolute war, because it feels like we're in war right now. Any additionals, all crits are welcome. If you want an additional super, do it. If you want a crit, do it. Even if you're not doing a lot of damage, just do it. Every little helps, as the Rotesco says. Always forget which supermarket in the UK says that, but one of them does. Okay, one of them does. Every little helps. And right now, every little helps so we can debuff Cell. Another one? No? Okay, that's fine. We can get you the key you need. I don't think we need to use an item. Broly, Chilai, and Lemon are fine regardless. I think the other two are good. I guess we'll find out. I'm a little bit nervous. I don't know how okay we are. We're not. We're just not.
Emotional damage.
The pain is taken to just get back to this point, or to a point where I think we could do it. We have 2 and a bit bars left on Cell Max. We're going to get Broly, Chilai, and Lemo's guaranteed dodge. Do we have an item active right now? There's a Whis still active as well. So Broly should be fine. We're also going to get a Dokkan attack with Broly, Chilai, and Lemo as well. So hopefully they do crit on it. You do that because you ain't touching me right now. Get away from me. Act like this is 2020 again. Social distancing. Keep away. Oh, I forgot. This new update is generally getting on my nerves today. Like, the update on Global was like over 2,000 files big. And it's also just kind of showing the basics again. I'm not sure why, but it's honestly getting on my nerves. I'm just like, go away. I know how to play the game. Right, hopefully this can do some damage. Again, a crit here would be good on the Dokkan attack, so it would actually at least put a dent into Cell Max. Which it didn't. I mean, it's still done some good damage. They will also debuff him on the 12 key, which is good. The crit on that 18 key with a Dokkan attack would have been the one. This is the final turn of my Broly's domain being active. I'll take the double. Or the double additional. Final turn of my Broly's domain. So hopefully he's got some damage coming from him from the final turn. Down to a 15.3 million attack stat. Fat Boo's chilling in slot 3 because there's just no attacks there. The Whis was kind of wasted on this second turn, but it is what it is. Broly, I need you to crit. Crit. I need you to crit. Crit him. Crit him. Back-to-back crits, just non-stop critical hits. You know, it's serious because I didn't say crits. I said the full word, the full phrase, critical hits. I need you to do as much damage as possible. But once your domain's gone, I have another domain ready and waiting, which is probably going to be Zamasu's. I don't think the friend Broly's on rotation. If he is, then I have a choice of either or. Crit him. This has to be the run, surely. Surely. He's almost dead. This has to be the one. It has to be the one, right? Even Boo's got some damage to do. I mean, he won't really do too much, but I mean, again, every little helps, right? Every little helps. Yeah, you do your 496k damage. We have actually got Boo's revival off during this run, which is good. So that was a guaranteed additional. Could additional again, maybe. Again, I'll take all the damage I can get right now. No, I mean, still, he's going to do some extra damage. Not a lot, but I guess it's something. Yep, okay. This is definitely getting popped because this means he doesn't get touched. Do I need to use an item here? I think I'm going to use one just to be safe. Not that I really have too many items left to use, but I think I'm going to use the snake just to make sure we get through this. I'm going to fully go. Do you know what? Do you know what? This is going to be a massive risk, but I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for it. Everyone's active skills getting popped. I'm going for the win. I'm going for the win. I mean, I do have a snake active just in case. I don't know how much that's going to do for us. I mean, it's only, what, like 30% damage reduction, which isn't bad. I'm going for the win. I'm hoping we can do enough damage. I'm hoping. I'm really hoping. I'm taking a massive risk by doing this. Maybe quite an unnecessary risk, but hopefully it pays off. Big 8.9 mil crit, no additional. Why didn't you additional him? Why did you super him once? Oh, maybe I shouldn't have transformed you, because at least the extra defense would have helped. I mean, the super attack's out the way, I guess. He did, to be fair, he can still lower him, and he did crit. Where's the supers? What are we doing? Can you imagine if the other two were super attacked? Oh, that would have been glorious. That would have been lovely. I mean, he's lowered him again, which is good. Eee, are we okay? Oh, them debuffs were massive. Okay, okay, this is very good. This is very good, because guaranteed dodge. We still have the snake active. I can't use another one, can I? No, I can use another one. Give me some more damage reduction. I think we've done it. I think we've done it. Surely we've done this. That part of Broly, Cheelan, and Lemo's not active skill, passive is huge. 30 mil as well, I saw that. That was huge. That was massive. I mean, we could have healed with the snake anyway. The additional means we're going to lower him. Yeah, no, we've done this. And then even if they don't kill Cell Max, Broly's going to come in with the cleanup. Broly's going to come in with the cleanup. Never mind, they're just going to do it themselves. I mean, they deserve that. Absolute MVP of a unit. MVP of a unit. I love this Easy A. You take the win. You take the dub. It's for you. Jesus Christ, that took so long to do. Again, definitely do not combine the one of each extreme type mission with the 6-turn mission. It's not a good idea. I don't think you'll be able to do it either. But there we go. The Cell Max, the new Stage 2, Horrendous Calamity. Stage 2 of the Cell Max event complete. All missions done. One of each super type, one of each extreme type, and the 6-turn missions complete. Let me know if you've done this down in the comments, and if also how you did it, and if you found this video helpful for you. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, have a good rest of your day, and peace.